It's another week, so you know what that means. Xbox is dead.
Goodbye, my friend. So long, pal. Bye.
So long,
Bye-bye.
old friend.
Bye.
Goodbye, old buddy.
So long, Methuselah.
Yes, the PlayStation community is screaming to the rooftops that Xbox is dead. But this time it's not coming from the usual suspects like J-Dub or Dream Meth Guy. This time it's coming from one of the founding members of Xbox. Yes, it is coming from someone known in these gaming streets as Laura Frier. All these ponies are making videos based on what she would have said on her YouTube channel. All these ponies are backing up what Laura Frier is saying.
Tell him who you are.
I'm nasty nice. I
He
never
nasty.
Had, never had an off day in my life. I take all your women plus your wife. I make you dance in my beat all your life. Now you mad.
That's your husband? Now you mad.
It's my woman, bro. It's my woman. Just
No ponies, we are not mad. It's so baffling how you guys are ready to jump on anyone who is willing to say anything negative about Xbox, while you guys are not worrying about this. Death Stranding 2 was number 1 in the UK physical charts last week. Its launch sales were 66% lower than Death Stranding 1, but different eras. It's a far more digital market today. It's 33% lower than Astrobot launch, but that was also a physical heavy release too. So while these ponies are here, picking up everything Laura Frier is saying, they have nothing to say about this. You see, when Microsoft would have released physical games in the UK and the physical games sales was low, both Christopher Dreng and the ponies were saying, wow, physical media is dead in the UK. Now all of a sudden, Christopher Dreng is saying different eras. All of a sudden, these ponies are quiet. Make it make sense. Let's not stray. Miss Laura, I need you to come to the front of the class because there's a lot of inconsistencies based on what it is you were saying there. There was a lot of things that you got wrong. Now, I'm not going to, insult you like how I do with these ponies. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to point out where it is you were wrong. Miss Laura, fasten your seatbelts and let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. So before we continue the video, guys, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers and your subscription would aid in reaching that goal. Now when it is you hit that subscribe button, of course it's not for free. You're getting some of the best Xbox content. We tackle hard topics like this. We also give you the best Xbox news. We sprinkle a little Nintendo here and there, and our specialty is the Sony Pony Salt. So if this type of content interests you, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button today. Now let's get back to the video. Now you might be wondering, who is this Laura Frier? Well, don't worry, I'll tell you. Laura Frier was a past executive producer for Microsoft Game Studios. During her tenure there at Microsoft, she would have worked on shipping games like Gears of War 2 and Zoo Tycoon. Now, bear in mind that under Microsoft tutelage, she saw great success when it came to shipping games or having involvement with Gears of War 2. That game went on to sell over 5 million units. And also Zoo Tycoon. That game went on to sell just about 2 to 3 million units. So under Microsoft, Laura was doing well. Now, it just so happened that something went on internally, that Laura had some, bitter grapes for Microsoft. Now, why do I say that? Is this just a hunch? Is this just me looking for a reason why Laura is very critical for Xbox? No, she said it herself. Listen.
Let me just admit my bias here. I don't like Windows. When I left Microsoft, I installed Linux on all of my personal systems, and I never looked back.
Something alright? Something alright, yeah.
I am saying the same thing, Ninja Man. Something is just not right, because think about it. If you were working for Microsoft and you had Windows installed for all your devices, if you stop work at Microsoft, why would you see the need to erase or remove Windows from all your devices? I mean, if you hate Windows, then you will not have Windows ever, because you hate it. Why it is only after you left Microsoft you saw the need to remove Windows from all your devices. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to understand that, yes, Laura Frier has a bias against Windows. And guess what? Windows would be the main operating system for the new Xbox. Windows would be the main operating system for the ROG Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally, I believe. So right away, we cannot take Laura serious, because clearly she has a bias against Windows, which those new platforms would have Windows.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss. No. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
I mean, Snoop Dogg, I try, but thanks for your kind words, sir. But it must make sense. But in addition to all of what I just stated there with Laura, that she only saw success under Microsoft, that she has a bias against Microsoft and Windows. But really and truly, after she left Microsoft, what success did this woman have? Do you guys not know that she was also responsible or had a part to play with this game? Yes, after Laura left Microsoft, she was overseeing Guardians of Middle-earth. That game sold poorly and was ultimately delisted from marketplaces and had its servers shut down. So how could I take Laura serious? Why are gamers taking Laura serious if it is she couldn't see this game that she was working on, that she had involvement in, was about to fail? I mean, she could see so clear that Microsoft hardware is going to fail. How come Miss Laura couldn't see that this Guardians for Middle-earth failing? Make it make sense. Oh, don't get me wrong. Miss Laura is an industry veteran. She's a founding member of Xbox. She is one of the leading women in gaming. She was a leader. When she speaks, persons listen. I could barely stand in Miss Laura's shoes. But Miss Laura, all I'm doing is asking questions. If your foresight is so well into what Microsoft is doing, why couldn't you foresee that Gotham Imposters was a failure? Why didn't you go to the studio heads and let them know that, here what, we are working on this game, but this game is going to be a colossal failure? Could you explain that, Miss Laura?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Now, Miss Laura, let's hear what you're actually saying. Let's listen to some of what you had to say in that video.
If you watch the latest Xbox showcase, you can see that Xbox has finally landed on a strategy, a plan for the future of Xbox. It's the Xbox Anywhere plan. They are betting the entire business on Game Pass and leaving the hardware innovation to their partners at Asus.
Miss Laura, you're wrong already. Microsoft is not leaving their hardware innovation to Asus. They are partnering with Asus for the handheld, not for all their consoles going forward. Come on, Miss Laura, stick with me.
This wasn't surprising. Hardware is expensive to make. It's much easier to slap an Xbox sticker on an existing piece of hardware and call it a day. It requires very little effort in comparison. And if you don't care about console sales or exclusive games anymore, why bother innovating in hardware?
Miss Laura, I do understand that hardware is expensive, but Microsoft is on record saying that they are going to make another console. I mean, Miss Laura, didn't you know that? Well, let Critical Punch on Twitter educate you about that.
We will continue to focus on hardware. It's an important part of our team and what we can go do. It's all about putting Xbox in the best position. And our hardware is a critical component of that. The absolute best experience somebody has on Xbox is hardware that your team builds and that people play on.
And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday. And we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap you will have ever seen in a hardware generation, which makes it better for players and better for creators and the visions that they're building.
Yeah, I want people to pick hardware based on the capabilities of that hardware and how that fits into the choices they want to make about where they want to play. And we want our hardware to win based on the hardware capabilities that we have. Our own hardware, I think it's fundamental to what Xbox is. It's not lost on me. I've said over and over that box is in the name of our brand. I'll say is in the position I'm in, I look at hardware as a critical part of what we do. And I love our hardware team and spent some time with them just this week and the roadmap that they have.
And on the hardware side, I want us to innovate and make the hardware the differentiator, and then making sure that our next devices are devices that are really defined by innovation and differentiation. And I love the roadmap that the team's putting together there.
You see, Miss Laura, Microsoft is still doing the innovation when it comes to home consoles. So, I mean, Miss Laura, I need you to stick with me. Don't drop to sleep yet.
I'll admit, it's a great message for gamers. Who doesn't want to play their games with their family and friends on any device and any platform? But that's all it is. It's marketing. It's style, not substance. Just because you say something, it doesn't mean that you can do it, and it also doesn't mean that you won't change your mind. After all, Xbox has been pivoting a lot lately.
Yep, that's me. And you're probably wondering how I ended up here. Well, it's pretty standard.
Remember when they talked about the importance of high-quality games, but then shut down the studio that made Hi-Fi Rush?
So I will agree with you here, Miss Laura. You know, Hi-Fi Rush was a great game. I played it and I finished this game. This game was an excellent game. But let's face it, Tango Gameworks was never a studio that sold a lot of games. I mean, you guys could cap how much you want about Tango Gameworks, but at the end of the day, the gamers did not support. Take, for example, the ponies. You all remember Ghostwire Tokyo? Ghostwire Tokyo was a timed exclusive for the PlayStation. Now, how did Ghostwire Tokyo sell on the PlayStation 5? Did the PlayStation community support it? Look at this. Ghostwire Tokyo only sold 10,000 copies, physical copies in Japan. So this game sold terribly. This game didn't sell well on the PlayStation 5 at all. So this game came out before Hi-Fi Rush and the PlayStation community did not support it. It was exclusive to the PlayStation platform for a year. The only time Ghostwire Tokyo saw any kind of movement was when it came to Game Pass a year after. That is when we saw it reaching the 4 million subscribers, 5 million players, sorry. I mean, this is what we are talking about. So persons could cap all they want and say that Tango Gameworks was such a great dev, but you guys didn't buy their games. You guys didn't buy their games in droves. Let's face it, that is why that studio was closed down.
What about Game Pass? One of the defining features was day one games, and now there are tiers that don't offer the feature at all.
One word, Miss Laura, options. Options.
Last year, Phil expressed how $70 pricing could feel manipulative to gamers, and now he's on board with charging $80 for Outer Worlds 2.
Miss Laura, you can literally play Outer Worlds 2 for about $24. You can subscribe to Game Pass, beat Outer Worlds 2, then unsubscribe to Game Pass, and you would have essentially played and beat Outer Worlds 2 for $24. Again, this is something no other platform is giving you. Only on Xbox.
From my perspective, the Xbox strategy has been chaotic, so it's hard to say exactly what they'll do next. But assuming they stick with Xbox Anywhere, it's really left me wondering, will the latest announcement drive more gamers to Game Pass? Will they be able to convince gamers that the Xbox ROG Ally is a good idea? And what is going to happen with the hardware and software teams that aren't delivering right now in the Xbox team? Are they going to get caught up in the layoffs that Microsoft just announced are coming?
I mean, I'll tell you something, Miss Laura. All of us are entitled to our opinion. If you feel that the Xbox so far is chaotic, I mean, that's your opinion. Now, when it comes to would it drive persons to Game Pass, you know what will drive persons to Game Pass, Miss Laura? $80 games. $80 games will drive persons to Game Pass, right? What about the hardware team? It's already confirmed that Microsoft is making other hardware and more consoles, so I don't think they have to worry about that. And I don't know if this is news to you, Miss Laura, but Microsoft never announced any layoffs. No one in an official capacity came out and said that there would be layoffs at Xbox. All of it are rumors, Miss Laura. Don't let these young whippersnappers confuse you. What Miss Laura did here was she just gave a brief history of Microsoft. I'm not going to comment on that because that don't really have her opinions on it. But the second half of when she starts to share her opinion, I'll have a part 2. I'll try to see if I could put it into the next video. But let me hear what you thought about my response to Miss Laura. She was wrong. I mean, most of what she said there was incorrect, and it all comes down to opinion. And who am I to say that your opinion is wrong? Now, let me know what you thought about this video in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.